Hi guys, so today we are going to be looking at visual effect, how to make our work look realistic, adding drop shadows, light effects and more to our work. Alright, let's go. Visual effect, and we have to do some things to our design just for us to be able to learn visual effects. So let's create a mockup, right? And I have already sent you the file that you're going to use on your mockup, but you have to mock it up yourself. So let's look for mockup. So we want to mock up a drink, a canned drink for Alfredo's design. I already have it here, and let's see, so you can know what to search for. So you can just search for can in the mockup section, and then you'd see the can, and then you can use it. So let's bring it into our space. But before we do anything on the can, let's get our background. Back to mockup. Let's search for natural background. So we can see there are a lot. So let's look at photos. We can see there are a lot. So let's look for something that is free, since most of you will be trying some of these things out for free for the first time. So we can see one free one here. So let's bring it into our workspace. I'm going to increase the size so it fills up our workspace. So we have this, and I may not really be okay with how it looks. So that brings us to adjustments. So I'm going to be teaching you adjustment today. You can alter the look of your work, of an image here on Canva. So let's click on edit, and so we'll go to adjust. So I want the temperature to be kind of cooler, not, yeah, cooler. Can you see it's adding a little bit of reddish um on the wood? You can see the yellows are popping because it's cooler. If I tone it down to, it's gonna be more blue. It's gonna be like a very, cold weather. So let's put it this way, and I want to increase the saturation a little bit, increase the vibrance a little bit, so it comes alive, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I think that's all we can do for now. Then let's send this background to the back and to back. Right, so we are going to lock this background so it doesn't interfere with our work as we move around, as we move objects around on our workspace. So I'm going to lock it. So now I can't move. I'm clicking and I can't move. So this is the can, and let's increase the size, something like this. Great. So let's put it in the middle of our workspace, and we can see that the can looks, it's clear that the can is not, it doesn't look like if a photograph of a product. It looks like the can is, put on an image, and that's not what we want. We want it to look realistic, and that's where visual effect comes in, right? You want to make the visual look real, even if it's not. So for the end user to detect that this wasn't taken but was placed on it is a fault for a designer. So I already gave you the file that you're going to use for your mockup. I already gave you the file, so I'm just going to bring in this file. So we just did something, something not really cool, but just for the purpose of this work. But yeah, we can work with it. All right, it doesn't look bad. So we have our can, and we want to duplicate the can, so it's gonna be like 3 cans. So let's put one here, and move this one to the other side, somewhere like here, and then we're going to select both of them, um kind of move them backward. So great, so they are behind this one, right, as we can see. So um the first thing is that when a can is on a platform, right, there's supposed to be shadows around this area. So we need to have shadows around this area. So that's the first thing we are going to do. Let's bring in our shadow. So we can just come to our element and write and search for shadow, and then you're going to see a lot of them. A lot of them. Let's look at graphics. All right, so there's a lot of them. So let's look for something that is free, so that everyone can kind of work with us. um this would have worked, but it's not. We need it to be darker, right? We need it to be darker. Let's see if we can find something else. But if we can't, well, for your work you can use this, but for mine, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this one. So you can use this or this, but for mine I'm gonna use this one. So we bring it here and kind of reduce the size. So when you're working, because you have we have this work as a mockup file. If you take your cursor into the mockup, and you are likely to put it in the mockup, so just be careful, and try to stay away from the can. So let's just increase the length. So we want to put the shadow for the first can, but as we can see we need to put it behind the can. So let's the layer, send to back, yeah, and send to back again, so it is behind all the cans. We want to make sure, in fact we want to make sure it is behind all the cans. Let's just show layer. Okay, so it's not behind all the can, it's behind just one can. So great, so we have that. Let's close our panel, and so let's put it around here. So we have to duplicate this shadow, so it's gonna kind of just duplicate the shadow for the rest of the cans. So just decrease it, increase it, move it a bit. So you do not want it to be obvious that this is not real. You want it to look you want it to look real. So let's duplicate this one right here. Yeah, I'm trying to dodge the mockup file. Yeah, I'm trying to dodge it so it doesn't affect the work. So we have something like this, and you can, when I zoom in, it's different. Although I feel like the shadows are too pronounced. So let's we need this to go up. Yeah. So, and these ones are shooting out too much. Yeah. Yeah. And so, we can kind of just put one extra one behind, so it makes, I think this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. I think this is fine. All right. So, visual effect, right? If they're taking pictures of this product, definitely, we should want to make it look like the steel parts are glittering. So let's put some light effects on our work. So you just search for light effect, and you're going to see a lot of them. A lot of them. Let's see. Okay, so this is cool. So let's see if we can find something else. Okay, so I think I prefer this one. So um we want the light to kind of shine at the edge. Let's move it a bit. Great. All right, so let's duplicate this to the other part and then flip it. So you can flip this. You can see flip up here. So let's flip this horizontally. Horizontally. So let's just rotate it. Try to not move close to the yeah. So let's reduce this one so it doesn't look like that doesn't really look like the other one. A little bit smaller. So yeah, and we can also make this make so this is what I'm trying to avoid. Now it's taking the light effect into the work, but you can undo it. So let's duplicate this and kind of make it like an X. You know, something like this. And as you can see, we have successfully made made this work look realistic using visual effects, and everything is gotten from Canva, right? So the next thing we are going to do is coming. I think we need to work on this visual effect. Going to reduce the size of the shadow, bring it out. Okay, great. So we have that, and um maybe I should increase the height of this shadow. Yeah. All right. So we have that, and I think what is left is bringing in our text, Alfredo's brew. So this is what we are trying to achieve, and we've been able to kind of achieve it. So let's bring in our text. Um, you should have this text from your previous work. So let's copy and paste it. So let's bring it up somewhere here. right? And then we can put a drop shadow on this. Let's put effect shadow. So the shadow now I think is white. We need to change it to black. Great. So this drop shadow will help our work look realistic. So let's put a little bit of blur. Yeah, and the direction is okay. Direction is okay. Yeah, I think this is fine. So we have that, and yeah, and as you can see, the effect did not affect these graphics because they are not text. So let's ungroup this. We want to add effect to that, this, and this. Like we can do it in a different way, right? We can do it in a different way. So, but should we do it? So shadows. Let's drop this shadow to an angle. So let's blow it. No, blow amount. Let's reduce the intensity of the shadow. Yeah, so we can copy the style and paste. So yeah, we can also copy the style and paste it here. We can copy the style and paste it here, and copy the style and then paste it here. So we successfully add some shadow effect to all this. You may not do it, it's by preference. So this is what visual effect is about. You can try. There are a lot to try. There are a lot to try. Something like this also would give it a different look. I think this is even nice, but you can try out most of them, and yeah, you would really appreciate how much Canva has given to us to play around with and to create. All right, I look forward to seeing your work and your assignments. Bye.